It's time for the Glendale Devotional Podcast, a 5-minute weekday devotional ministry from Glendale Baptist Church in Glenn, Mississippi. The speaker is John Haynes. Now, here is Brother John.
A study of the life and times of Moses is important because we're told in Romans 15:4, "For whatever things were written before were written for our learning, that we, through the patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope." As we've seen over the last couple of days, God gave hope to His people in the midst of a very hopeless situation. From the hatred of Pharaoh to God raising up 2 pro-life midwives, the stage was set for one of the greatest leaders to be born. As we're in Exodus chapter 2 today, we see that 2 Levites, a man and his wife, had a son. Now, we know from Numbers chapter 26, verse 59, that the names of the couple were Amram and his wife Jochebed. These are the parents of Moses. They had already had 2 other children, a son named Aaron and a daughter named Miriam. God would use all 3 of these children, but Moses would be the one that God used to lead the Hebrew people out of Egyptian slavery. Exodus chapter 2 verse 2 says, "So the woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw that he was a beautiful child, she hid him 3 months." Here we see the heart of a mother. She saw her child, and he was beautiful, and there was something very special about this baby boy. Keep in mind that the decree made by Pharaoh was for all male babies to be cast into the river. So Jochebed and Amram tried to hide this baby. That sounds difficult. Trying to hide a crying baby from guards who might be passing by had to be, a horrifying task. When she could hide him no longer, she devised a plan. Rather than having her baby boy thrown into the Nile River, she made a basket, covered it in a natural substance, and made it waterproof and placed the baby in it. Now, I used to believe that she did this as an act of desperation, not knowing what would happen to her son, and I guess this is partly true. She really didn't know exactly what would happen. What if a crocodile came and got the basket? Or any number of things could have happened. But now I see that Jochebed was very calculating and precise in what she did. No doubt she knew that Pharaoh's daughter often would bathe at the river. Jochebed probably had studied her schedule, knew about when she would be at the river, and then devised a masterful plan. But again, even though this desperate mother hatched a plan, she still had to have a certain degree of faith in having her helpless son in a dangerous river. The basket was placed in the reeds of the river. But would Pharaoh's daughter even see the basket? Would she hear the cries of the baby? Would she follow her daddy's law and kill the baby right then and there? These questions had to weigh heavily on Jochebed. In order to give her peace of mind, she sent her daughter Miriam along the bank of the river to observe, as verse 4 states, know what would be done to him. But sure enough, Pharaoh's daughter saw the basket. She got her maids to go get it, and she found the beautiful baby. She had pity. She had empathy for this child. She realized that it was a Hebrew child, and she knew her father's wishes, but I fully believe that God touched the heart of Pharaoh's daughter. Now listen to Exodus chapter 2, verse 7. Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for you?" Pharaoh's daughter agreed, and so this currently unnamed baby wound up being nursed and reared by his own mother. Wow, God is good. The baby was named by the king's daughter. His name would be Moses, for she drew him out of the water. What was a death sentence wound up being a resurrection story. The water was meant to bring death, but through the providence of God and the wisdom and love of a mother, this baby was drawn out to life. We can say today, blessed be the name of the Lord. You may be facing a difficult situation, a hopeless situation, but this account of Moses' life shows us the detail that God is committed to in our lives to carry out His will for His glory. Well, happy Wednesday to you. I'll be back tomorrow. Join me then if you can. Have a good and godly day.
Thank you for listening each afternoon at 12:05 on Fun 91 for the Glendale Devotional Podcast, presented by Glendale Baptist Church. Their mailing address is P.O. Box 70, Glenn, Mississippi 38846.